you were itching to play Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire on April 3rd, then brace yourself. It's been delayed by just a month. On the bright side, that's enough time for a refresher playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. Instead of coming out on April 3rd, it will now be released on May 8th. Here's Obsidian's explanation for why they have delayed the release of the game. We know you're as excited as we are about the upcoming launch of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. As you have probably guessed, Deadfire is a huge game, significantly larger than the original Pillars of Eternity. Obsidian has been working harder than Abaddon himself to make every inch of it awesome, as well as incorporating all the great feedback that we have been getting from everyone playing the backer beta. With this in mind, we are taking just a few extra weeks to polish and put those finishing touches on the game. As far as reasons for delays go, doing so due to feedback for a beta is about as good as it gets. And as previously reported, in addition to the PC version of the game, console versions of Pillars of Eternity 2, including the Nintendo Switch, are planned. They'll be released at an unspecified time later in the year, so if you're holding out for a console version, this news doesn't really impact you. Which version of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire will you be buying? Or is the answer none of the above? Please comment below and let us know. Capcom's highly anticipated Monster Hunter World is only beaten by its more highly anticipated Spring Update. The Spring Update contents and upcoming events includes balance adjustments for weapons, new quality of life changes, Spring Blossom Festival, Devil May Cry event, Mega Man event, new Poogie costumes, community events, and the introduction of Devil Joe. This is one hefty update, so head over to the blog for the full breakdown of the Spring Update and upcoming events, and please take your time digesting it. As mentioned above, Capcom has announced yet another awesome event, and this time it's Devil May Cry meets Monster Hunter World. Yes, you heard that right, a Devil May Cry event is coming soon. Players will be able to unlock his armor set and a charge blade weapon. It also appears you can keep your character's gender while using this armor set. For more Monster Hunter World news and events, be sure to check back with us. As the release of Dark Souls Remastered draws near, many people are waiting in anticipation, particularly Switch players. With the Switch version comes the inevitable Dark Souls Amiibo. The Solaire Amiibo is out on May 25th along with the game, and you can pre-order it right now. And you really should too, as it's likely to sell out fast. Amiibos tend to be pretty popular, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one was more popular than most of them. I mean, just look at it. In terms of what the Amiibo does, it allows you to use the Praise the Sun emote earlier than you can unlock it via natural progression in the game. Not spectacular perhaps, but it's not like you were really expecting it to unlock an easy mode for Dark Souls, was it? Square Enix has announced that they're bringing their RPG Saga Scarlet Grace to PS4, Switch, PCs, and smartphones in 2018. Saga Scarlet Grace was once a PS Vita exclusive title. Thankfully, Square Enix has decided that they'd like lots of people to be able to play their RPG, so are now releasing it on other platforms. The ported version will be called Saga Scarlet Grace Brilliant Red Ambition. So far, a Western release of Saga Scarlet Grace Brilliant Red Ambition hasn't been confirmed. However, with so many formats being targeted, it seems quite likely that there will be one. It was already looking like the Council was shaping up to be a deep narrative-driven adventure, and the latest trailer of the game shows that depth extends to the gameplay mechanics, where the RPG roots of the series are exposed. The Council is a narrative-focused adventure about a secret society in the late 1700s. The society has some illustrious members such as historical luminaries Napoleon, George Washington, and the main character, Louis de Richet. Vying for political power will be high on the agenda, but you've got a more personal stake too. You're searching for your mom, who was missing on the island. The latest trailer gives us more of an idea about how the game will play. It's in the adventure genre, however, game director Sylvain Secchi says the core of the game is an RPG, reflected by distinct character classes and skill trees. For example, diplomats are talented negotiators, while detectives excel at investigating the world around them. In terms of combat, the Council will use a confrontation system. Secchi says it'll transform traditional RPG combat gameplay into something narrative and dialogue based. The first part of this episodic narrative adventure released on Steam on March 13th, so you can have a look there to find out more information if this looks interesting to you. The hard-boiled cop RPG No Truce with the Furies has now had its name changed, and it will now be called Disco Elysium. It's an odd name change to say the least, and there's also a new trailer. Disco Elysium is an isometric RPG styled after a hard-boiled cop show. It's set in a corrupt and beautiful dilapidated city called Revachol West. The player is a disgraced detective and will need to investigate crimes, break down doors, and arrest and interrogate suspects. Can you solve the city's mysteries? Disco Elysium is being published by Humble. Yes, the same Humble behind those amazing charity game Humble Bundles. They're publishing games now too, and it seems it's due to be published later this year. So far, there's no mention of a console release, but here's hoping that we get one eventually. If you're not allergic to all things cute, then you may want to check out Ghost of a Tale. The super adorable mouse-based action RPG was released on Steam a couple days ago for just $25 USD, which is around the same price as 5 pounds of cheddar cheese. Ghost of a Tale is an action RPG starring Tilo, a mouse minstrel searching for his lover Mara in a world that is exclusively populated by animals. It kinda reminds me of the Redwall series by Brian Jacques. And if you're a console gamer, then good news, the developer posted on the Steam forum that they plan on porting this game to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles eventually. Publisher Rising Star Games has announced that they'll be partnering with Portuguese developer Amplify Creations to release Decay of Logos on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Decay of Logos is inspired by European folklore, high fantasy, and other third-person action RPGs, as can be seen by the gameplay. This is a game we've had our eye on for a bit over a year now, even creating a wiki for it while there was almost no information available. Rising Star Games and Amplify Creations plan to release Decay of Logos sometime this fall on all platforms listed above. So do you like the look of the game? If so, which version do you plan on buying? Please comment below and let us know. It was announced this last week by Idea Factory International that they are porting Dark Rose Valkyrie to PCs. It will be distributed via Steam, so get ready to enjoy this former PlayStation 4 exclusive. The Steam release features Japanese and English voices with English, Japanese, and Chinese subtitles. A price has not been announced yet, however there will be a week-long 20% off discount when it is initially released, so you might be better off buying it early. In addition to the standard edition, there will be a complete deluxe set. The complete deluxe set bundles the game, all DLC, and deluxe pack contents with a 10% discount. The deluxe pack includes character art collection, rough art collection, 5x PC wallpapers, and 4x mobile wallpapers. Wait, you can have mobile wallpapers? I'm getting old. Dark Rose Valkyrie will be released on Steam on April 10th. It was developed by Compile Heart and is being published by Idea Factory International. So, have you played the PlayStation 4 version of Dark Rose Valkyrie? If so, what was your verdict of the game? Here's one the fans of the Banner Saga and Darkest Dungeon may be interested in. Ash of God's Redemption will be released on March 23rd for the PC platform through Steam. It was another great Kickstarter project, and it's a unique RPG title that makes use of visual elements mated with a strategy-based gameplay. It takes inspiration heavily from similar themed titles such as Darkest Dungeon and Banner Saga. Ash of God's Redemption will be RM Dust's first ever release. Console releases, PlayStation 4, Xbox One Mobile, and the Switch are also planned for later in the year. That's it for the Week in Wikis. Please join us again next week for another great week of gaming fun. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits, and budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us for news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness. Follow us on social media for all the latest and greatest. The more followers we get, the larger the army of the Fexus grows.